jacket. I fucking hate that. Sitting on my clothes just makes me want to spaz.
Was talking about for Chinese food.
Was talking about him.
No, probably not.
What? Chinese food is always time for
Phyllis
Chinese
is going to be holding those seats for us here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Why don't you just tell me which movie she was holding? Channel?
No, I think it's The Other Side of Darkness. No, that's not in theaters anymore.
No. It's going to have to be Channel.
No, I think we're going to... if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Lowe's Paragon, 84th and Broadway. Main theater, 9:30.
Is it playing in another theater? I don't want to fall for that again.
Oh, yes. It's also playing in theater number 2 at 9.
We're going to have to ask for... have you seen anyone with a long white face?
It's too bad. The Other Side of Darkness did look good.
Yeah. You think we should get some more chips or something? I don't want to get any more candy. Last time when I ate that big bag, my stomach was hurting for a week.
Well, if you didn't lick your fingers every time before you put your hand in the bag, maybe we would have had some.
Yeah. You like the double dip of chip?
Hey, what can I say? Snacks make a movie. If I could, I'd have sex and eat snacks. And if I threw TV into it, it'd be the trifecta, am I right?
All right.
How'd you end up getting these big coffees anyways, Joe?
I get free coffee now.
Really?
Ever since I won the settlement.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I don't.
Why you get your belt on? You can't bring that in the theater. No outside belts.
Yeah, you're definitely not going to be able to bring that in, Joe.
Guess I'm not the champ anymore.
Oh, no.
I'm retired.
Don't be so dramatic. Just leave it here on the table and we'll come get it after the show.
I bring this belt everywhere with me.
Just don't let Phyllis know you're sitting in her chair. She gets a little touchy about that.
Yeah. Hey, there, touchy.
I know. OCD.
Yeah. I don't know why you feel the need to do that now.
Oh, wait. Speaking of which, you got a piss?
No. I was just getting up. I thought we were going.
No. I was going to ask you, did you guys watch that fight on Sunday?
Which one?
The
I did.
Badu Jack fight. No,
That was the one I enjoyed the most.
Paul and Fury.
Oh.
It's crazy because I didn't even know that it would played at like 2 in the afternoon or something like that. So I was all hyped up about, sending the baby and the wife to bed, having a drink, watching the fights. And then I found out that I missed it. So I had to completely shut off social media. And you know how it's
You
like...
didn't know who won?
It's reaction
Like
to
at
just
that point?
click on Facebook when you're not
Yeah.
doing nothing. I was like, no, can't do it.
So you just shut her down?
The
didn't
closest
find
I
out?
came to a spoilage was your Snapchat.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, no,
yeah.
Joe, you son of a bitch.
I was about to say that. Because
Yeah.
you would have just saw the start of it,
Yeah.
though, and my prediction.
Yeah. And for me to
yeah.
actually manage
Wrong.
to come home and watch the fight without any spoilage, I don't care what they say about Karma.
Did you tape it?
She's a pleasant gal.
Total derailment there.
I didn't get the reference. But
The game.
What?
When Jerry's like trying not to get...
No, that's not a
Spoiled.
reference. I just thought it'd be funny to how everyone says Karma's a bitch.
oh, Karma is a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't care
Karma
what they
is a
say
fucking
about
bitch.
Karma. I think she's a nice gal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, who better to have a little talky poo with about this
Tough guy?
fight than the toughest, sweetest singer that I've ever met.
Well, been around the block, that's for sure. Definitely around the block a few more times than them guys. But they'll get there.
That's true. You got a better record than both of them.
Oh, fuck. I don't know, man. Fucking Tommy's undefeated.
Yeah, but
He's what?
in my eyes,
You know
he
what?
only won one fight. It's the only one I saw.
Man, yeah, well,
Yeah. Well, a bunch
he
of
fought
his
a bunch of serial losers.
Yeah, like a
Oh, Jake Paul made that perfectly
garbage
clear.
truck
Yeah.
driver or something like that.
Yeah.
Knocked him out.
You know, he probably... Because I thought Jake was going to knock him out. And the
Yeah,
reason
well,
I thought
that's-
that is because... Do you remember that one of the Jake's fights, I forget who even fought on the show, Tommy Fury had a fight. It was like 2 years ago. He had a fight on that card.
Yeah.
And he was fucking horrible.
Yeah, he's pretty
Yeah,
lackluster.
he did open up for a Jake Paul fight, didn't he?
Yeah, and it was bad. Like, he sucked. So I was I think that
Askren,
was
maybe.
fresh more on my memory. And,
Mm-hmm.
you know, turns out, you know, he can box.
Well, I thought he looked great. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's one of those things where you think Jake Paul looks like he looks like he's in great shape and he looks like he's a great boxer until he's actually
Yeah.
in the ring with someone that's in better shape and is a better boxer.
And can keep the distance.
But Tyson Fury and his dad are both like Vikings. Like, they're
Yeah.
just like homely, these
Well,
big brutes. Obviously, Tommy has his mama's looks.
Yeah. Those piercing blue eyes.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury is a future Hall of Famer, for
Oh, yeah.
sure.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
Guaranteed. Yeah.
And you must have been screaming about Tommy Fury not putting up his hands, though.
No,
No?
absolutely not, because it worked in his favor. And his brother fights the same way. Fighting with your hands down for some fighters works in their favor.
But it is awful dangerous. Like, he was super good at keeping the distance.
Jake did just miss by the skin of his teeth a couple times. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, he had the reach for sure. It was pretty long arms.
But, you know, you could tell that Tommy was getting a little gassed at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But the first couple rounds, Jake couldn't get near him. Every time Jake came at him, he had a combo for him.
Yeah.
And I saw this thing where it's actually a shot of the ref coming over to Jake Paul because they were clinching so much that he's like, do you actually want to fight? Like, it's legitimately like, are you not into this? Like, he's like, you're not throwing anything, man. Like,
Yeah.
I'm ready to stop the fight round one just because you seem like you're uninterested.
I know. Like, you feel like the only thing in his repertoire is that one punch that he tried to land a million times.
Yeah, and they're messing around too, like more of like European style, you know, for someone like Jake Paul doesn't have a whole lot, he never had that amateur experience to where he got to experience, you know, fighting European fighters. Like, yeah, I could see how that would probably be hard for him to deal with, especially one like that with his hands down stuff. I thought the game plan was executed fucking perfectly for them guys, man. I mean, obviously. But it's just funny that a fight like that, like, draws so much attention, right? Because they're intermediate at best.
Yeah, well, I think, you know, everyone talks about Jake Paul so much, but after this, like, I'm more interested to see a Tommy Fury fight. Like, I'm definitely interested to see what's next for Jake Paul, because it's not the end. He's going to come back. He's probably going to knock out a couple more people. He's good. You know, he's got to learn. He's got to definitely grow a bit.
Yeah.
But so does Tommy Fury. It's not like he's one of the best boxers or whatever, but...
But I was still super excited during the watching of it. Like, I was kind of like pacing back and forth. I was on a little too much coffee, but like the hype did get to me a little bit with this one. Especially all that shit with the contract at the beginning. And did you see that?
No.
The bet they made?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Where Tommy Fury, it's like a double or nothing bet.
Oh,
or, or winner takes all.
He didn't
rather.
sign something, so he would have won $4 million or something like that.
And his dad accepting it when the bet was done.
Yeah.
And then, like, always his dad speaking for him.
Yeah.
Like,
And he's like the worst.
he never did that for
fuck.
Tyson. He's
No.
getting so baby boy.
No,
Yeah, no.
Tyson
Yeah,
does
he's
it
getting
himself.
bow-wowed hard. Getting bow-wowed for
Tyson
sure.
does it all for himself, man.
Yeah.
I love fucking Tyson Fury, the way he talks about shit, man.
Yeah, he's just a big presence in general.
Yeah, he is. And he's sure about everything he says, you know, good or bad. I like the confidence. He doesn't
Sounds
second guess anything. He
exactly
believes
like
everything.
his dad.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
That's where it's like Tommy looks so out of place, and it's so
and they're
funny. Like
gypsies.
all this, all
I
the
was
stuff
wondering about that too, man.
Watch Peaky Blinders; they're all gypsies too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's so weird how they're like. There's all this stuff about Tyson Fury's gonna have to change his last name if he loses. Like this guy, like he said, the whole life being consumed by this stuff. Like he's not used to social media, so like all this Jake Paul shit probably like.
But he was on Love Island.
That's true.
So he did have reality TV experience.
Yeah, but
he was also saying like, I'm gonna knock you out in the 4th round. You'll never fight again.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you got to. He probably whatever. Found that in the fucking bottom of his heart. He probably's not a shit talker, but he just knew Jake Paul's gonna fucking clown him, so he's got to say something. Better
if you believe it.
Oh, actually, one thing or two things actually that I'd like to hear your opinion of is the knockdown.
Oh yeah.
So what do you?
I was so worried that Tommy was gonna lose based on that little controversial slip.
Yeah.
Well,
he did hit. He did land the punch. But was it a knock? Yeah.
Didn't hurt him. No.
What do me and Adam know?
It was almost as fucking. It was basically as significant as a slip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It didn't really. But the rules state that if you get hit with a punch and your glove touches the mat, you lose the point for the knockdown. Now, it wasn't a hard punch, but, knocked him off balance and his glove touched. So, unfortunately, you lose the point, whether it was or not, Yeah. He would have loved to have hurt him a lot more. Trust me on that. It would have been a lot better to get that extra point while actually hurting your guy.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you get a point taken off on him, too.
Double whammy, as Adam West would say.
And that really is...
Yeah, and Jake got a point taken off, too.
Well, that's the second thing I want to talk about.
So annoyed by the points.
But as a boxer, actually being in the ring, it's like why people always talk about the counter punch. Is that why? Because like if you get someone with a counter punch, when you're throwing a punch, are you throwing yourself off balance enough that anything can kind of knock you over?
Well, no.
Because he threw a punch and then got a little jab and then fell over. You know what I mean?
I think it was just... I don't know. I think it was just the placement of things. Usually when you're coming forward, like if you're in in middle of a strong combination, nothing should be able to really knock you back easily because you're forward in motion. So maybe he got hit with that jab on his way back, possibly, and that's.
So I think he was like going for a hook or something like that, and then just got a quick bit.
Probably. Whereas he might have been stood up a little bit. I don't know. I'd have to watch it back.
Back and to the left.
We got slow-mo replay in here.
Back and to the left.
One magic punch.
The second thing I wanted to ask you was about the deduction thing, the confusing.
The ref taking the points off.
But what was the first point? Because Tommy Fury punched the bejesus out of the back of his head.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought that was the first deduct.
Yeah.
And I didn't know
his was the most obvious. But, was it a case? Because, like in MMA... they won't take it away if it was the other person's fault because of the way they turn.
Yeah, exactly.
And it didn't look like it was maliciously. It looked like he was just in the motion while Jake turned around. And
if he turned his head around and, kind of presented his head target, I mean, if you hit him in the back of the head once and keep going, I'm sure the ref would call it.
But that wasn't the first deduction? What was
Tommy got 2 deductions.
No, but I guess Jake Paul had one, so they evened it out.
No, he got one deduction.
Paul...
Never mind, he got 1 deduction, 1 knockdown. Yeah, okay.
Jake Paul got it for back of the head punching. The first one. And then Tommy got one for
Tommy
holding.
did the punch.
I don't think there should have been any points deducted on either.
Yeah, but it wasn't that one
fight, man. Like it's a fight.
It wasn't that deduction though. It happened right after it. It wasn't as obvious, I don't think, in the broadcast.
Maybe that was just the ref trying to get his little fucking 15 minutes.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. Well, he's all over social media.
I'm gonna be famous for something in this fight. It's like taking points.
Yeah. It's actually funny. We mentioned you in the X episode because you watched that movie with us.
I did.
And I think I was just cheesing on your behalf, but we deducted points from you for something stupid. But I'll honestly say I didn't think about deducting points as in you're a boxer. My pussy ass was thinking cheerleading.
Huh? You think I'm pussy ass?
Look, Biff thinks he's a buff.
Yeah, but I was thinking cheerleading.
Makes sense. Do I have to let the hair down?
Save that for the next time you're on.
That's such a George story.
Oh shit, we're probably late for the movie.
Yeah, you're right. Do you think if
Let's stop by the coffee shop.
Anderson Silva, did he lose just because of that knockdown? Wasn't he winning that fight against Jake Paul?
Yeah,
But that's what did him in, right? That one punch.
that's what did him in.